Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Adera. So today we are going to dry a cow. So for those who have never dried a cow, please make sure you watch until the end. And also don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. So finally we have arrived. We have arrived here, and this is the place where we want to dry the cow. But that is not the cow we want to dry. But we have noticed something. We have noticed that that cow is not okay. So we want to examine and see if there's any problem. Then we'll notify the owner and probably treat the animal. Yes. So maybe you can come closer. Just come closer. So in the village here, in most places here, people don't have a restraining structure like a crash or something. So the animal is usually tied to a tree, and then we just what we do is that to restrain the animal, we hold the nose. Kwa hivyo si nitataka umshike mapua. Yeah, so once he just holds the nose like this, then the animal mshike mpua. Yes, exactly. So that is how we restrain. That is how we restrain. So I want to take the temperature, the rectal temperature. So that's what I'll do. Check the rectal temperature. So I have to stand in a way that I make sure the animal does not kick me. Yeah. So we are taking the rectal temperature of the animal. Yeah, so the temperature is slightly high. Then I'll also do something. I will examine the lymph nodes. So once I've taken the temperature, I examine the lymph nodes. I see if they're swollen or the size is normal. With time you just get to tell the difference. I also do an examination of the mucous membranes, and then once I do that, I'll also come here and auscultate. Yeah, so I listen to the lung sounds and then also the heart sounds and the heart rate. Yeah, so I can tell from the lung sounds that the breathing is not okay. Just from the auscultation. Yes. So for this, we'll call the owner, then we'll notify the owner, and then from there we do some treatment. Yes. Okay. So welcome back, our viewers. This is the cow that we're going to dry. So I want to explain to those who don't understand what drying a cow is. Just like the word says, it's just you're stopping the milking. Okay. So for an animal like this, usually the lactation period or the milking period is roughly 300 days. So you milk it for 300 days, and then for 60 days or 2 months, you stop the milking. Now, assuming that the animal is pregnant, so for the 2 months, we are stopping the milking to allow the udder to rest. That is number one. And also, to regenerate, the mammary gland, the tissues, they need to regenerate, because remember, you've been milking for 300 days without non-stop, probably twice or thrice a day. So you can imagine the amount of work that has been going on here. So we do dry to give time for the udder to rest and also to regenerate, and then also to prepare for the next milking cycle of 300 days, so that at least we make sure that you're able to get better milk and better quality milk. So those are some of the reasons why we dry the animal. Now, maybe the other question that you would ask is, what is the procedure of drying the animal? Okay, so there are different schools of thoughts when it comes to drying the animal, and you know, uh, people dry animal differently. In short, but this is the way that we do it here. One, uh, we look at the amount of milk that the animal is giving you. So there are people that just dry their animal once. If your animal is giving you like 1 or 2 liters in a day, you just stop milking. That one you don't need to do anything else. For those that are giving you a high amount of milk, um, you can start by reducing the frequency of milking. For example, if you're milking thrice a day, you reduce to twice a day and then once a day, and then you stop altogether. So that is in a period of 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah. And then the other thing that you do when you dry your animal is that you cut off the concentrates, things like dairy meal, grain, things that can push up the milk production. You cut them off, and then you put the animal on just hay, lower something, maybe what we call a lower quality hay, just dry hay, something that will make sure the ruminal activity is going on, but we are not encouraging milk production. Okay, so for this animal, we had already advised the owner to reduce the frequency of milking and then cut it off together. So by yesterday, completely they were not milking. So what we want to do now is that we want to do some intramammary tubes. Yeah, so we do what we call dry cow therapy. We infuse antibiotics into the mammary glands to prevent the problem of mastitis, because remember also, a dry cow is very susceptible to mastitis. It's very susceptible, so we have to also make sure that we infuse something, and especially also looking at the environment and everything. That is something that we want to do, so that if our animal calves, like this one is pregnant, once it calves, we don't want it coming down with the mastitis. Mastitis is, for those maybe who don't know, is the inflammation of the mammary glands, yeah, which leads to disease. So we have bacteria attacking, the teats, and then the animal becomes sick, and the milk quality is affected as well. So that is yes. So what we want to do with this one, we want to just wash there with some warm water, and then I disinfect, and then I put the intramammary glands, intramammary tubes, and then that is just it. Yes. So stay tuned. Okay, so yeah, these are my tubes, intramammary tubes. So this one tube for each teat, because we have 4 teeth, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tubes. So each of this is going into into each tuber. So this is just this is antibiotic. This is to prevent mastitis, especially now before the teat plug forms, because usually when you dry the animal, it will form a plug of keratin. So, and this plug takes some time to form. So by yesterday it was dried. By now the plug has not yet formed. So we want to just make sure that we don't introduce infection of any kind here. Yeah, so that is why we use the intramammary tubes. So he's going to just wash here neatly, just and then I will, once he does the washing, then I will disinfect. Okay, so we just first make sure we wash, we with some warm water. That's enough. So hiyo imetosha, and then hiyo imetosha. Once he does that, then what I'll do is I'll disinfect. Just make sure that I disinfect that whole area. So you can see what I'm doing. Just making sure that the teats are disinfected, so that we don't introduce any bacteria. Yeah, so once I do the disinfection, just hold this for me. Now it's time to infuse. It's time to do the infusion. So it's a bit painful for the animal, but just try to insert gently like that. And once it's inside, yes, then I massage it upwards. Just massage it like that. Just massage it, massage. Then I do the same. I do the same for the other teeth. I insert gently, just gently. Yeah, so we are done with the process of drying. So what I want to do now is I'll just disinfect again, just to make sure that I don't introduce any infection. Yeah. So to all our viewers, that is how you dry your cow. As usual, make sure that you subscribe, you like, you view, you comment, and you share. This is Dr. Adero.